Back on the Weatherbird, long lining for red snapper is over for the day. And the mud team of the Mud and Blood cruise has taken over the main deck. David Hollander and his researchers are launching a device that collects sediment samples from the seafloor.
What we have here is the multi-core. This is a device for taking sediment cores from the ocean basin. It goes very deep. We can also take cores in a much shallower environment like we are here. There's 8 cores around a central column, and this central core actually penetrates into the seafloor, and then when we pick it up with the winch, it actually closes both the caps on the upper and lower side.
The team's investigation was motivated by the earlier and unexpected discovery that as much as 10% of Deepwater Horizon oil now covers vast areas of the sea floor.
You got it?
Ready to roll.
So why are we doing both sediment coring and fishing on the same cruise, which is sort of unorthodox? By us taking sediment cores in the same locations as we do the fishing, we're able to relate the evolution of the contaminants over time in the sediments to the changes that we see in the fish. It should take about 10 minutes to get down and about 10 minutes to get back. All right, we're in. What we're trying to do is track the vectors of contamination, how it goes from the sediments into the fish, and then how long it takes for the sediments to recover, the contamination to decrease, and see how that parallels the contamination in the fish. Success.
The core sampling operation was successful. Each of the core tubes is filled with sediment.
Okay. So what we do now is remove the cores from the multi-core. We make a decision about what cores are going to be distributed to what scientific groups.
This is a sediment core that we just collected, and it's a fresh core. And what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna split it in half so we can see inside, we can take pictures and have a record visually how the layers look in the sediment core.
Inside each one of these tubes, this is the best visual representation of what we get in each one. Just by seeing the changes in color, we can get a really good idea of how the oxygen depletion is occurring as you go down core. It also gives us a really good idea of when certain events happened in the core before we even date it or do any other further analyses. So just a visual inspection in any geology is really helpful.
What this is essentially is a record of history, or you could view it as a history book where you can peel back the layers or turn the pages back in the history of the Gulf of Mexico. So this could be anywhere from a couple of hundred years to present, each layer denoting a certain time. The Deepwater Horizon is going to be the uppermost window of time that is accumulated in this sediment core. This is very, very fine clay, very organic rich mud. We're going to analyze it for chemistry.